There's baby Taylor. His love fit of the day. It's a dinosaur today.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Ladybug Girl Show. This week Taylor is 2 weeks old. And we're going to talk all about him and what he's been doing. His latest checkup, he was 7 pounds, 8.5 ounces.
So he's growing quite a bit.
He's hungry, Mom.
So he's back up to his birth weight and over that by half a pound, basically.
He's dressed up super cute.
He's a little dinosaur right now. He's having some spit-up problems, but he's in a pretty good mood. Well, we thought he was happy. Alright, well, let's get started. So last week we did our video on Saturday. That's when the girls were with my mom, and they went to a Mariners game, which was pretty cool. What did you guys think of that?
I loved it. Me too.
That was their first baseball game.
And speaking of Mariners, I have my Seattle Mariners shirt on that I wear there.
Then they came back on Sunday. They had spent 2 days basically without baby brother, so they were dying to see him again.
Yeah, they had a sleepover with Fred, and then they had a sleepover at Grandma's house. I think he has a poopy diaper, honey.
Right now?
Can you smell it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, break time. Alright, diaper change done. He probably wants milk, but we're going to try and get through as much of this as we can. There wasn't much to report for the beginning half of the week. We were just dealing with his sleeping. He likes to stay awake all night, or at least wake up every few hours, and then go to bed for like 4 hours at a time all day.
He's looking at me.
His latest routine seems to be sleeping like 10 to 12 or 1 at night, and then he wakes up and is kind of wide awake. And I've been taking him down into our TV room downstairs on a little, it's a bassinet that rocks itself, and you strap him in like a car seat, and that seems to be working pretty good.
And Michael does that so I can sleep for like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours, and then I usually fall asleep on the couch, and then he wakes up from a dirty diaper around sometime between 3 and 4, and that usually wakes up Mom, and then we'll all go back into the bedroom. So at least she gets a bit of sleep, and then she kind of takes care of him for the rest of the night through to the morning till we wake up. That little dinosaur, look at him. You guys got anything to report for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday that you remember?
Bath. We made a video of it.
Oh.
That is true. He did have his first bath on Wednesday is when we did it.
Yep.
So we thought he was almost 2 weeks old, so we better give him a bath. And we knew he was going to have something coming up with his doctor visit that would prevent a bath for a little bit, so we did that. He did not really like it, but he put up with it. He screamed a lot, let's just say that.
But at first he didn't, and then he started crying.
Yeah. But his hands and feet have been peeling a lot ever since, the beginning of the week. They were really peeling, so we thought maybe a bath would help that out.
And they really did. No more peeling.
Yeah, it seems a lot better now.
Yeah.
So that was probably the most eventful thing. He still has his umbilical cord attached.
I know, it's like 2 weeks of 1 day.
It looks like it's going to fall off in any time. It looks like it could just
I won't
pull it
let
off.
Mike pull it off.
I just want to pull it off, but
I'm like, no, don't do it.
apparently we have to wait, so let's continue on. So baby has opened his eyes quite a bit more now. If the lights are too bright, he won't, but if we dim the lights, he does open them up quite a bit more than usual. He will do simple copying, so he will copy sticking the tongue out.
Yep.
Sometimes he will also copy kissy face.
Yeah, we like to make the kissy face at him.
He just sticks out his tongue when I stick out my tongue. He did again.
There you go. So
And he's fine.
he's doing it right now. And he'll also copy opening your mouth up. Aww.
Yeah.
But
Like a circle.
all of those he will only do once in a while. He doesn't do it consistently.
He mostly does sticking out the tongue.
Yeah, that's his favorite one right
Yeah.
now. Other than that, he does smile once in a while, but that's almost always by accident. Or if he's next to Mom, who's nursing him, he might smile. We've been trying to teach him the basic signs. So milk, girls do milk.
Yep.
Milk. diaper
change.
So this is all done.
Yep, that's all done. So those are the 3 we've been concentrating on. The only one he seems to kind of get is milk. He'll kind of wave his arm around, but I'm not sure if he's trying to do it or if he's just mad that he hasn't got milk yet. He definitely knows the word milk when you talk about milk and he wants milk.
Yeah.
I'm probably driving him crazy right now by saying milk so many times in a row.
I know, we try not to say that word.
Spell it out. Maybe don't say it right now because he's listening.
M-I-L-K.
He gets a little upset. And diaper change. He knows when you say that and he can kind of start crying.
What sound does he make when he wants milk?
He has a milk cough. That's what he does when he really wants milk. And you're changing his diaper, he just cries. That was another thing on Friday. He got his tears in for the first time. That was pretty sad to watch him cry and actually have tears. Something you kind of forget about is that they don't have tears as a newborn. And with that, I think it's time to talk about the big doctor's appointment. So on Thursday, he was scheduled for his 2-week checkup. That's when they weighed him. He was 7.5 pounds. And then he was scheduled to get his newborn screening test done. Yeah, we needed that done by 14 days. So we either had to do it Thursday or Friday.
He's sitting crisscross applesauce.
And we weren't sure which day we were going to do it, but we were hoping to get it all done Thursday. Oh, and the vaccination for Hep B was Thursday. We did not do that at the hospital because we wanted the pediatrician to have all the records of all vaccinations. So we had scheduled that for Thursday. But the big thing on Thursday was...
He was circumcised.
He was going to get circumcised, so... The girls ended up going with Hilda's mom, to do a little school clothes shopping. So that kind of got them. So they wouldn't have to experience it. But me and Mom went down all the way to Seattle. He loves those car rides now, so that wasn't an issue. And scheduling the circumcision was a little tricky. So they wouldn't do it at the hospital. They said very few doctors actually do it at the hospital now. And it costs more because the insurance covers less or something like that. And then to do it at the pediatrician, when we went to the 1-week checkup, they told us it was a separate doctor that was only there on Thursdays that actually did circumcisions. But it all worked out. We got it scheduled for that Thursday with our 2-week appointment so we could all get it done at once. And he got circumcised. It went good. They took him out of the room. They wouldn't let us be in the room with him.
Personally, I wouldn't want to, but Michael was prepared to be.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking I would, but it's probably better if I didn't. They said they do a numbing agent, numbing injection, I think, in there. Right before they do it. And he did perfectly great. They said he came back. He wasn't screaming or anything. He was pretty calm. And then the numbing wore off. So they wait 30 minutes to check the bleeding. And about halfway through that, he was screaming his head off. So that was pretty sad. And they say the first 90 minutes is the worst. He was definitely trying to sleep. He didn't want to nurse, which was surprising. He kept trying to sleep and then waking up.
Look at that little baby.
I guess we're doing a baby shot now. So here he is at 2 weeks. Alright, so that was that. But after the circumcision, they did the vaccination. So
in his thigh.
They waited till after that. He didn't even care about that at that point. That was nothing compared to the other pain he was feeling. And then we decided to go get that heel poke done.
I think he pooped again.
He just pooped when me and Dad were changing its diaper.
Alright, we're all back in action. So that was the second poopy diaper since we started this video. And he did his infamous poop while we have the diapers off him. So picking back up where we left off Thursday. Circumcision first, then we did the vaccination, and then we went and did the heel poke for the newborn screening test, which was a different hospital, but it was where we had Emily and Zoe. It was Northwest where we had Emily and Zoe.
Yep.
And it was kind of a blast from the past to go back there. And then after all that, we went to the mall, the Northgate Mall real quick. We got Cinnabons. That's been our usual thing. Whenever we go there, we get a pack of Cinnabons so that We have breakfast in the morning.
I know, the girls are kind of spoiled.
The girls love that, although we have no plans to go back there in the next couple of weeks, so they might be going through Cinnabon withdrawal. So the rest of Thursday we got back home. Girls got back home kind of late, 6 or 7. Watered the garden. That's kind of been the challenge lately, is watering the garden, because it takes an hour for the garden plus like 45 minutes for the front and back. And so usually I'll do the garden. Emily and Zoe will do the front and back. Although on Thursday, Mom was feeling up to it, and she did the front and back.
I think what helped too is we pulled out the baby carrier, and so I tried that out yesterday, and it worked out pretty good. It's snug as a bug inside of it, and I don't know if he really liked it at first, but then he kind of decided it was okay. The baby carrier kind of allowed us about an hour outside in the garden. All the plants are doing really, really well despite the neglect, because we haven't really had the time to invest in the garden. But despite all that, we have tomatoes growing. We got lots of plums and squash and pumpkins and
Apples.
apples.
Yes. Some of our apples are almost ripe.
Yep.
And that's been a bummer too this week, is the smoke. So I'm sure all you guys know
Oh, yeah.
about it, but the smoke from the wildfires has been crazy, and so really we only go outside for that hour to water. And
That's
we try
true.
not to go outside other than that. But it's been kind of bummer because it's still been warm. We can't cool down the house, and we can't bring baby outside very much. So the smoke has been rough, but it's been better today, Saturday, and Friday it was better. So hopefully we're on the track to being able to go outside with them. So Thursday, that was that. Girls got back, ate their Cinnabons, and the main thing is we had to change the way we do diapers because of the circumcision. So now we have to smear Vaseline all over the front of the diaper, and it seems that it's not as absorbent when you do that. So we've been dealing with that, but it also makes diaper changing a little more difficult.
It takes a little bit more time.
Emily's been pretty good at it. Zoe's learning. So once the gauze falls off, then we've got to do it a different way, which we'll probably talk about next week. All in all, that was Thursday. And Friday, we had Hilda's doctor's appointment, so her 2-week checkup.
Yeah.
Friday was the 2-week birthday for baby Taylor. We got up early. We went to the Everett Providence Women's Pavilion. That's where we had Taylor. And that was also kind of a blast from the past. We hadn't been there in 2 weeks, so it was. And the last time I was there, I was getting no sleep, and it was very surreal. But Hilda had her checkup. Everything looked good. You want to talk anything about that?
So whenever baby cries at night, me and Emily do not hear it.
That's true.
A little off topic, but so the doctor's appointment was pretty easy. She just kind of went through the basics. She looked at my C-section scar and said it looked good. There wasn't any signs of infection, which was a positive note. She said I could increase my weight limit as I feel I can lift more and do more, but
said
still
20 to 25 pounds.
Yeah, 20 to 25 pounds, but still be careful not to do too much. So
And it sounded like no carrying baby upstairs yet.
So usually, since Mom can't carry the baby up and down stairs from the stairs, me and Dad usually will bring the baby up or down.
Yeah, and Zoe is allowed to hold baby on the couch, and she's allowed to stand up and bounce him, but not to walk around with him.
Yeah, I can just stand up like in one spot.
She
can't really walk around, but I can just take a little step, not like a big step.
Yeah, we're just a little worried.
Yeah.
Zoe's more prone to tripping and falling. So.
Yeah. Hilda did do a little too much on Thursday and had some spotting, but they said that was normal. It'll come and go.
I was a little nervous because I lifted up the stroller out of the back of the car, and I was like, oh no, I lifted too much. I kind of knew right away because it started hurting, and then I was bleeding a little bit later.
So the funny thing that happened during that doctor's appointment was while they were checking Mom's blood pressure and stuff, the baby let out this Rudy Tooty.
Our first blowout.
And as we lifted him out of the stroller,
Drip,
Emily
drip,
discovered
drip,
it was
drip.
on his onesie, it was on the stroller. He was screaming like crazy.
All the doctors heard because when we were going in and out, he was just screaming, crying.
Yeah, Michael and Emily left to go to the bathroom and change the diaper. And all you could hear was this little guy screaming at the top of his lungs.
We got it done. That was his first blowout. The other thing we did Friday after the doctor's appointment was we went to Patty's Egg Nest, which was our
Super
favorite
yummy.
breakfast place. What'd you get, Emily?
I got a bear pancake that had whipped cream for the ears, and it was a big pancake that had little ears shaped with whipped cream on them, and then 2 eyes whipped cream. His nose was butter, and then a piece of bacon for like the bottom of
And
it.
Zoe, what'd you have?
I had a strawberry French toast, and it had a whipped cream. Well, there's strawberries and then whipped cream, and then more strawberries.
And then I got red, white, blue waffles, which is just strawberry and blueberry with lots of yummy
Whipped
Devonshire.
Devonshire cream and
Cream.
whipped cream.
Mmm.
I don't remember what mine was called, but it was the Northwest breakfast or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was all the meat, so bacon, sausage, and ham, my favorite.
Potatoes.
And then potatoes O'Brien with it too. So we all had an awesome breakfast.
And toast.
That was the first time we had taken baby out to a restaurant, and he did pretty good. He was screaming at the end, and but that was when we were leaving, so it wasn't too bad. But overall, he did pretty good. All right, and that was the end of Friday. We came back home, just kind of chilled. We watched Tomb Raider, the movie.
Well, they watched.
Yeah, Hilda passed out. She was snoring so loud we had to kick her out and move her to the other room. And and my brother came over, so Uncle Derek came over. He's made plans a couple times to see Taylor in the hospital once, and then when we got home once. But his whole family kind of got this sickness, even though he resisted it. And so he's canceled every time just because he's taking care of them or doesn't want to spread it to us. So finally the stars aligned and Uncle Derek came over.
With baby Sawyer.
Baby Sawyer, who is 4 months old. We hadn't seen him in at least a couple months.
Yeah.
And he is a big baby. I pictured
know.
him like Taylor size. But no, he's
Yeah,
much
he's gained
bigger.
a lot of weight.
He's like a little toddler like Kellen.
Yeah.
But he can't walk.
So we got some awesome pictures of the cousins all together, a group cousin picture. Emily and Zoe. We got a couple good pictures of me and Derek with our little guys.
Yeah,
And
that's so cute.
It'll be just cool to see them grow up together and be very close in age. Right now they look quite a bit different, but later on they'll look very similar, I think, in terms of size. And that was it. So I think baby Taylor's awake. It's time to do a baby shot. I don't know if he's in a good enough
I thought you
mood.
were going to say belly shot.
I know. We usually do belly shots, but now we do baby shots.
Oh, and some good news is I lost 19 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So happy to report that.
All right. He's not in the best mood, but we'll get him his little cry on camera. Look at that. Look at the little feet. Oh. Little hands. Show me your hands, baby.
I got
Show me your
him.
hands.
I got him right here.
There we go. You hear that little cry? Is he doing the milk cough? Oh, that's the milk cry. That's the milk cry.
That's Mama. I need milk.
All right, girls.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Ladybug Girl Show. Make sure to like and subscribe.